There is some very good news when it comes to ammo, particularly some of the most popular ammo out there. There's definitely 5 calibers that I'm going to highly recommend you stock up on right now for a few different reasons. Cost. There are some of the lowest prices that we have seen since 2019. But the other is really availability. There's a few rounds we just simply haven't seen in a while. Now, before I get into it, I do want to take a moment and thank our sponsor, Victory Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, for not just supporting this channel, but being the hands and feet of Jesus Christ by building orphanages, by having food pantries. But we've also partnered with them and we are giving away a boat. All you have to do is call the number below and tell them God, Family, and Gun sent you and tell them you want a free boat. That's it. Good luck to you. Now, the reason we're seeing the cost of ammo really go down is because ammo companies around the world have been pumping out ammo overtime for the last several years. And demand is very, very low, specifically from the American market. Not too low from the war market, but it's pretty low for the American market. A lot of it is because a lot of us stocked up a few years ago. I really honestly haven't bought much ammo myself in a few years because I just have so much of it on hand still. But there's definitely 5. And I'm going to give kind of a reason. Some of these have different reasons, but a lot of them have very similar reasons. So the first one is going to be 9mm. For your handgun. This is by far the most popular handgun caliber out there. It is of abundance right now because what we have is we have Lake City Ammo just pumping it out like crazy. And now this ammo has hit the market and we're able to grab a hold of it. A lot of it, especially when you get it, pretty darn cheap, almost as cheap as 2019. Especially when you buy it of abundance. But really because it's a NATO round, and obviously there's going to be a few other NATOs here on this list for the exact same reason. Number 2, 5.56, there you go. Lake City Ammo, just pumping this stuff out. It's not as abundant as it was about a month ago. If you would have kind of gone out and stocked up a month ago, there was a lot more of it. And a bit of this has to do with the switching over of the calibers for the military, and they're building a new complex, but they're right now just still pumping that stuff out. And you can buy it of abundance. Number 3, 7.62 NATO. Now we're talking 308 for, again, the same reason. Anytime you see a NATO caliber, the military is making a lot of NATO ammo, and a lot of that has hit the civilian market. So 7.62 NATO is definitely on that list. If you have a 308 rifle, this is great news. I actually said back when the ammo shortage started in 2020 that I recommend if you're going to deer hunt, hunting with a 308 because of this reason right here. Number 4. Now, number 4, I'm going to put more as a category of calibers, and I apologize for that, but what we're talking about is revolver rounds. 357 Magnum, 38 Special, 45 Long Colt. But really, like 41 Magnums, I mean, I haven't even seen a 41 Magnum on the shelf in a long time. But these Magnum rounds and these revolver rounds have made it to the stores of abundance, I believe, for a lot of the same reasons. Most people, when they went out and bought a handgun, if they didn't buy a 9mm, they probably bought a revolver. So you have all these revolver owners who have just been begging the industry, give us some ammo, give us some ammo. And finally, here it is. We've seen 357 and 38 Special of an abundance over the last year, but not things like 41 Magnum or 44 Magnum. I've seen 44 Magnum, but definitely not of an abundance by any means, and very expensive. Now we're starting to see them come down. Not as much as the NATO rounds, but still quite a bit. And finally, number 5, 12 gauge. Goodness gracious, 12 gauge is coming down, down, down. And it is about time. You know, at least around Missouri, we always had an abundance of 12 gauge ammo. There were times during the ammo shortage, that's all they had. Sometimes aisles of 12 gauge and then just nothing else. So we've always had it in abundance, but it kind of followed that same pattern of getting more and more and more expensive. And then it just kind of disappeared near the end of the shortage, strangely for us, at least in the Midwest. About the same time it started showing up for everybody else. We almost had like kind of a mirror image of what everybody else experienced with the 12 gauge ammo. I'd be curious what you guys experienced with it, but now it is back in abundance. You can buy giant boxes of birdshot for like barely anything. It is so incredibly affordable right now. Maybe even cheaper than 2019. So there you go. There's what I believe are going to be the 5 calibers that I highly recommend. You just get them while the getting's good for sure. I know I am running out of 12 gauge. That's something I'm going to stock up on, and 9mm for that matter. I've been shooting a lot of both those. So there you go. Any thoughts or insight on any of this? Love to hear what's going on in your neck of the woods. Put it in the comments below. Again, don't forget to call that number below and tell them God, Family, and Guns sent you, and you want to sign up for the free boat. We're going to give it away around the 4th of July. That number is below. But the most important part of this channel, we take prayer requests, and never hesitate to send that in. Thank you for watching this episode of God, Family, and Guns. And as always, love God, love your family, and love guns.